Hi students, in this video we are going to see the cells and batteries and their functions in electrical circuits. In general, we are using various types of cells and batteries in our day-to-day life. Simply we are using the button cells in our wristwatches and dry cells that we are using in remote controls and car battery UPS batteries and batteries used in mobile phones. They are called lithium ion batteries, and the batteries used in UPS and car vehicles, they are called lead acid based batteries. So these are the simply potential difference providers, so EMF providers to the electrical circuits. They maintains the potential difference among the various electrical circuits. So in this video we are going to the how they produce the electrical current and their resistance and their functions. So let's go on. Here an electrolytic cell is shown in diagram. So usually a cell is a device which maintains the potential difference between the 2 points in a circuit and is said to develop electromotive force. First thing we should know, the voltage, potential difference, electromotive force, all are same meaning. Simply they are providing the potential difference between the 2 points. So here electromotive force is not a force. It simply represents a potential difference, voltage, that's all. So historically this name came, and in a cell typically it consists of 2 electrodes. One is anode, positive electrode, and negative electrode is called cathode. So both electrodes are immersed in a electrolyte called dilute H2SO4. For example, we have taken sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid as a electrolyte, and copper rod and zinc rod as taking as the electrodes. Here copper is acting as the anode and zinc is acting as the cathode. When here positive and negative charges will be produced in the electrolytes. Due to this, the charges will move towards the corresponding electrodes. Electrons move towards to the cathode, and positive charges will move toward to the anode. So due to this, the potentials at point A, anode and cathode, will arise. So the potential at anode is taken as VA, and the potential at, due to the charges negative electrons, the potential at B is taken as minus VB, because the potential is against to the positive potential. So it is negative and positive. So negative is taken as the minus. So there is a potential difference between the 2 points of the cell, 2 terminals of the cell. So that is given by VAB equal to VA minus of VB. The voltage between, that is potential difference between 2 points, is taken as the difference VA minus VB. Here VB is minus, so minus of minus plus, so VA plus VB is given by VAB. Potential difference at the 2 terminals is simply called E, which is also known as electromotive force of the cell. So we can define the electromotive force. It is a maximum potential difference. Simply it is a maximum potential difference across the 2 terminals of the cell in open circuit. That is, no current flows through the cell. Here terminals are not connected to external circuit. So it's an open circuit. So no current is delivering by the battery. So now this condition, the maximum potential difference between 2 terminals is called electromotive force of the cell. And the terminal voltage, now the battery is connected by a external circuit. While applying the resistance or simply load connecting towards parallel to the battery or cell, so it is connected, it is, circuit is closed. Now current is delivering by the battery or cell, or simply I is flowing through the cell. So now the potential difference will be decreases, because the charges will move from one terminal to another terminal. So the potential difference somewhat decreases. So that is called terminal voltage. So the terminal voltage is the potential difference between 2 terminals when the current is, circuit is closed, that is current flows through the cell. So V can be written as, so V is always lesser than the E, electromotive force. Now terminal voltage is always lesser than the electromotive force by the factor minus IR. So here I is the current flows through the entire circuit, and R is the internal resistance offered by the cell. So V can be written as E minus IR, because here current is passing opposite direction inside the battery. Usually positive current flows from positive terminal to negative terminal in external circuit, but inside the cell current passing from, that is positive charges, will flow from in the direction from negative terminal to positive terminal. So we have taken minus IR. So at the same time the EMF equal to V plus IR, that we can write. So here R is the internal resistance of the cell, and the internal resistance can be defined as, it is the opposition offered by the cell to the flow of charges. So simply the resistance offered by the cell to the flow of charges. So from the equation V is equal to E minus IR, which is equal to E equal to V plus IR. So from this, R can be written as, so V taking left side, so E minus V, and I also taking left side, so goes to denominator, so E minus V by I, which gives the internal resistance of the cell. So also same time we can separate these two, E by I minus V by I, and V by I is also known as R, the resistance included. So we can write internal resistance R equal to E by I minus R. So this is the formula for internal resistance, and the same also, this is also internal resistance formula. And for current, we know the same formula, E is equal to V plus IR. V equal to, we know that replacing V equal to IR, Ohm's law we know. So instead of V, we are writing IR plus I into small r, taking I common, and R plus small r. So we know for I, so I equal to E by R plus R. So this is the formula for current. So these are the things based on the electrochemical cell, and the group of cells is simply called as battery. And the internal resistance of the cell or battery is depends on various factors. So first one is the distance between the electrodes. The electrodes, two electrodes are separated by small distance, that is D. So the proportional, if distance between two electrodes increases, resistance increases, and inversely proportional to area of the electrodes dipped. If the area will increase, then the resistance will decrease, and it is proportional to the concentration of electrolyte and also proportional to temperature. And simply R depends on the nature of electrodes and electrolyte. So these are the important parameters regarding internal resistance. Next, we are going to see the cells in series and parallel combination. So first, cells, batteries in series combination. So what will be the equivalent EMF and equivalent internal resistance of the circuit? So first, here two cells E1, E2 EMFs are connected in series. So their internal resistance are R1 and R2. Now we know the potential difference between the points A and B, that is across the E1, can be written as VAB equal to VA minus VB equal to, we know the formula, relation between potential difference and EMF. VAB equal to E1 minus IR1. Here E1 is the EMF of first cell, I is the current passing through the entire network circuit, and R1 is the internal resistance of the EMF E1. So similarly VBC equal to, so E2 minus IR2. E2 is the EMF of second cell, and R2 is the internal resistance of the second cell. So finally, the potential difference between the points A and C can be written as VAC equal to VAB plus VBC. So the sum of two individual voltages, the potential differences. So we can write E1 minus IR1 plus E2 minus IR2. So we can write E1 plus E2. So taking minus I outside, so we can write R1 plus R2. So this is VAC. So we can write, this is called V equivalent, E equivalent minus I into, so this is R equivalent. So we can write like this. So here E equivalent equal to E1 plus E2, and R equivalent equal to R1 plus R2. And we can write, if n number of cells of same value are connected in series, so E equivalent equal to, we can write N into E, and the same time R equivalent, internal resistance, equal to N into R. So this is for n number of cells of equal value. So we can write like this. So the same time, the current passing through the circuit can be written as, we know the formula, I equal to E by R plus R. So we know this formula. I is EMF of the entire E equivalent, and I is the current is same throughout the circuit. R is the, if external resistance are connected, R, and small r is the equivalent resistance of the circuit. So we can write for E equivalent NE divided by R plus, for R equivalent NR. So this is the value for I. So this is the value, current passing through the value through the entire network. So we can obtain finally this. So next, second, cells in parallel connection. So here two EMFs are connected in parallel, E1, E2, and the resistance, internal resistance are R1 and R2. Here they are in parallel. The voltage across each cells are same, and the current will be splitted. So the current will vary through the each cells. So the I1 is the current passing through the E1 and I2 is the current passing through the E1. So the total current can be written as I equal to I1 plus I2. We know that the formula for that is potential difference between E1, that is V equal to, we can write E1 minus I1 R1, we can write. So from here I1 equal to, we can write I1 equal to, taking left side, so E1 minus V divided by R1, shall we write? And similarly V equal to, so the potential difference across the E2, so E2 minus I2 R2, so which implies I2 equal to E2 minus V by R1. So by adding these two, total current I equal to I1 plus I2, so E1 minus V by R1 plus E2 minus V by R1. By simplifying this, we can obtain E1 by R1 plus here E2 by R2. Actually this is R2. So E2 by R2 minus V by R1. Taking V common, so remaining 1 by R1, and here minus of V by R2, taking V outside, so remaining 1 by R2, so we can write plus, so 1 by R2. So here we can write, so this is taking LCM in the denominator, R1 R2 by E1 R2 plus E1 E2 R1, so minus V of R1 R2 taking LCM, so denominator is R1 R2, so numerator will be R1 plus R2, so we can write this. Okay, so here taking V left side, and as usual formula V is equal to E minus IR, so V equal to, we can write V equal to, so taking this time entire, so this minus I will come, so E1 R2 plus E2 R1 divided by R1 by R2 minus I, and whole divided by this term R1 plus R2 by R1 R2. So by simplifying, so this and this get cancelled, so remaining things we can write E1 R2 plus E2 R1 divided by here R1 plus R2 minus of I into this time will come, so this R1 plus R2 by R1 this time will come, so this is R1 plus R2 by R1 R2 this time will come. So here we can write V equal to, as a, this time as a E equivalent minus I into R equivalent. So we can write E equivalent here, E equivalent as E1 R2 plus E2 R1 divided by R1 plus R2. The same time R equivalent, here R1 R2 and R1 plus R2 will come. So this is R1 R2, R1 plus R2 will come. So this is equivalent internal resistance. So this is the equivalent EMF of the circuit. So if n number of equal value of cells are connected, E equivalent can be written as E and 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 and 1 by Rn. So we can write 1 by R equivalent equal to n by R, because in general we know that I equal to E by R plus R. So external resistance plus internal resistance. Here R equivalent equal to R by N. So we can write I equal to E by capital R plus small r by N. So we can write taking LCM E by NR plus small r by n. So taking n to numerator, so I equal to Ne divided by Nr plus R. So this is the total current passing through the entire circuit. And I1 I2 can be also written as, so using this formula, I1 equal to E1 minus V by R1, I2 equal to E2 by E2 minus V by R2. So this is the function of cells in parallel connection. So this is the current value Ne by Nr